Hi everyone, welcome back. I am Katrina Chadwick and this is where I share all my crochet creations and anything crafty that just comes about in the meantime. So it is the 2nd of April 2020 today and I am in Australia, New South Wales, and I'm filming in my bedroom. Bit of light in the afternoon. It is 6:30 in the evening. My kids are just having dinner and I thought I'm going to do a quick chat because it's only been 10 days. 10 days. Now, normally it's like 3, 4, 5 or more weeks in between videos, but we're all in, I wouldn't say lockdown, but the world in general is doing social distancing, socially isolating themselves, and then some places are in lockdown and others aren't. We are doing a slightly edited version of lockdown at the moment here in Australia, so we are limited to only going out for essentials, more or less. School has stopped, so my son in kindergarten is at home with me at the minute, and my preschool is also at home with me, and it's fun. I mean, I haven't taken on the whole stress of being the new teacher for them because I'm not replacing the teacher. It's just that I will be there to assist the teacher in the meantime. And we've also got some virtual learning going on, which is exciting. So anyway, update. That's where I'm at life-wise. Feeling a little bit perkier. We have had a lot happening in life besides COVID-19, coronavirus, so much more happening in our lives personally that it's kind of nice. This week's just been calm, cool and collected. These sets of drawers are in my bedroom chest of drawers, and today I finished off painting them. I repainted them. They were white, so they're chalk paint and sealed, and I haven't got any knobs or hinges on there, so I'm just going to get some more. I've ordered them today and they're going to be coloured porcelain, which is beautiful. So that's one of my finished objects for today. But the other thing is, so this light's really nice. So this big bright blanket, it is, if I usually link my Ravelry below, so if you want to get more details or see bigger pictures as well. I don't think I'll be editing much on these ones today, but this pattern's out of a book I borrowed from the library. It is called A Giant Granny Throw. That's it. And it's just a square blanket with double crochets. It's a granny style in the way it looks. It's not constructed that way, if that makes sense. It's all acrylic stuff from my stash, so it's all a combination of 8-ply acrylic yarn from Lincraft here in Australia, and there was a little bit, it was called Homemaker. I'm pretty sure you could get that from either the Reject Shop or Kmart. I got it in a big kit that when a couple of people that I know were destashing / had passed away and people knew that I crocheted, they gave me all the leftovers. And I was making this, I said this in my last video, like only a week and a half ago, I didn't have any intention of giving it to anyone, but my son saw me making it, and I've made my eldest son a blanket, and I've made him socks and a jumper. Many moons ago I made him the jumper, but recently it was the socks, the most recent, and then his blanket was probably 2-3 years ago. Reed was kind of too small at the time, and we'd been given baby blankets, so he had plenty. Well, now he's decided he wants this, so I thought that was amazing. So that'll be in his room, but ends are weaving in. I have blocked it originally, but it's 3 repeats. It's about 120 centimeters by 120, so it is a big square. Lovely, great, and it'll fit him for a long time size wise as well, so that's great. And then I wanted to get rid of this out of my stash as well, and it is, so it's just a multicolored chenille, like a polyester type thick chunky yarn. It's super soft, it feels good, but I didn't have enough to make anything. This was literally all I had. I haven't weaved in my end, as you can tell. So what I did, I was sitting down and we were watching that Netflix show Tiger King. Train crash. We couldn't stop watching. It was just you're watching it and you're going, nah, that's not right. That couldn't possibly happen. And then something worse happened, or they do something else that's even more unbelievable. Anyway, so I wanted to crochet whilst watching TV. We binged the whole series, so it was quite good. But I thought I'm going to turn it into like either a resting spot between stacking pots in my pot drawer, or like a hot pad. Not necessarily for like steaming hot things, because it is like a polyester acrylic. It's plastic. It will burn, it will melt. But for like a lukewarm pan that you don't have space for on an existing, because I only have my chopping block where I rest stuff, or on the actual frame of the stove. So this could be another spot if we've got a dish and everyone's sitting at the table and I just want to sit something warm on it. I don't want to dodgy up my table. So that is the idea so far. So that is finished in 10 days. I thought that was pretty good. But I do want to show you this because I have received this. So I'm going to scooch forward. Now, I got this is my Lost in Time shawl, made of Malabrigo, in it's either 8-ply or 10-ply. I think it's an 8-ply, but I'm not sure. But it is Flamma, the colourway, and it's just a beautiful tonal orange. And I've just chucked it on because I love the colour, but I was already wearing burnt orange and didn't realise. Anyway, I'm looking beyond when I look over here. Like when my eyes are looking that way, it's me checking that I'm in frame. So this is my shawl cuff that I got, and it is from Knox Mountain. There we go. So Knox Mountain Knit Co. is the company, and it is recycled leather, like repurposed leather. So I don't know whether they get it from belts or handbags or jackets or whatever, books even, I suppose, old book covers, or excess chop-offs from making other stuff, but they get it and then they do awesome details and adding on the buttons. So I make a lot of shawls. Well, no, I haven't made a lot. The shawls I've made are lovely. And either I get bored or I'm not exactly sure. I haven't reached that point where I've made enough that I know the sweet spot of where to stop in a pattern when it's just endless repeats of a pattern. Now with this one, it also came down to cost of yarn. I had 2 balls of this and I had spent, I think it was $30 on it, but I'd bought it 2 years ago. So when I dug into my stash and I made this pattern and I loved it, I also needed another ball of it. Fine, no dramas. It was so hard to source it here. So getting it from Australia was a pain in the bum. But when I did get it, fine. The postage was about $10. But if I was going to get it from America or from overseas, from another supplier overseas, I was looking at about $30 just in post. So it wasn't worth it for one skein. And it didn't make it worthwhile for me to then get it just to make it a bit wider. And I didn't know, because I'm not sure, the third skein that I bought was just shy of doing a whole repeat, so it didn't quite get the whole repeat in. So I love where it sits here and how big it is here. It's just not extremely long coming when it comes around your neck and you wear it down here. So I got my shawl cuff so that these sorts of projects will just stay in place, and I've worn it so much since we got it about a week ago. So I will link their Etsy shop. I bought it through the Etsy shop, sent super quick from Canada. Amazing service, lovely messages that I received as well. Beautifully wrapped. And it was because it was wrapped in brown paper, but I had the indie dyed yarn, 3 strands of indie dyed yarn that matched in like a little bow around it, and it made me just want to go out and buy their yarn, wool I should say. And I think that's great marketing. I will probably buy plenty more, but I've seen a few other ones. So this is like quite a reddy brown, and I was thinking I might get a light brown or like a black one at one stage, but yeah, one at a time. So I've tried it because I wanted to try a shawl cuff first, because I've seen a few people had bought them and liked them, and love it. Love it, love it. So, all good. Now, progress. I have my DeLong Sweater by Addie Day Designs in this bag. And last time I had only a teeny weeny bit done. So last time I had the back portion nearly all the way down, I think, to separating for sleeves. Well, no, you don't separate for sleeves. With the construction of this jumper, you do the whole top section first. So to the base of my back where your underarms sort of sit, just quite here, that's where I was at the back. But at the front I had like 3 or 4 rows done, just a teeny weeny bit here, the sun setting, so you can see the light where, see where I am? It's beautiful. It's really bright orange. So I need about 3 rows. So I've finished all of this. I'm not going to talk much about construction because I'll be giving it away. Beautiful pattern, you just have to follow it. And I lost complete and utter concentration, lack of motivation. I was nothing. I started this last year sometime. I don't even know when, because I was making all the Addie Day Design patterns and it was great. Anyway, so it took me, I had 6 balls of wool that I had bought. They were 50-gram balls though. So I'm like, I want it for a project anyway. Decided I was going to make this. Didn't know how far I'd get into it. And all I got was the top bit, front and back up to my armpit. So I could create the sleeve and where you separate for sleeves and then start working your body per section. I had 1 ball. So I've got this little, I think it's like 20 grams. It's Bellissimo wool, which is an Australian and New Zealand company. It's 100% extra fine merino. And the colours, I think maroon, but some websites called it burgundy. But anyway, so I had to order more because so I got through all this on the weekend and I've just started, I don't know if you can just see where it changes the texture there. So I've just started working in the body. So I'm like right at the chest. So where the sleeves goes like right up here, and so it's just coming around the curve of my boobs. No Bahama drummers, but I've got 4 more balls, which is only 200 grams. So this I'm hoping will get me 10-ish rows, because that's 4 centimeters so far. I'll be able to work out the maths on how much I need and if I need any more once I get through this. So I'm hoping to get through this tonight. And I think with my shipping, because I keep checking shipping every 5 seconds, I think the 4 balls that I ordered are gonna get here tomorrow, being Friday, just before the weekend. So that'll be really good. And then hopefully I can check in with you guys next week sometime and show you my progress. But really good progress. I was on Instagram looking at, I follow all the hashtags for all the patterns I think I want to make, and it encourages me to either buy the pattern or find through my stash yarn or buy yarn, depending. If I admit, often I was buying last year a lot more than I was going to stash. But I was following the DeLong Sweater jumper. I don't know if she has it as a jumper or a sweater. Can't remember. I think it's just DeLong. Anyway, the hashtag, and it came up, someone I follow on Instagram, she's just changed her name to Sunbird Crochet. And it's Claudia Dingle. Claudia. Anyway, and her DeLong jumper was beautiful. So I was enthused, and then she finished hers and started a 3rd one, which I didn't even realize she had already made 1. I caught on to her making her 2nd one, and she just raced through it with everything that's been happening. And I was like, I'm going to pick myself off the ground and get this out and do more. So she's my motivation to get this done. So I worked on that. Almost there. I do not know percentage-wise how much I've done or not, but it's all good. And then I've also been working on this one. Oops, wrong way. Oopsie. So this is the Seaside Stash busting blanket. I do not know the name Oh, I apologize. There's a blog where you go to and it's a weekly make-along. It was a make-along in 2018. And so it was broken up into weekly sections for the pattern itself. So I have done, if I can do this, so red and the sort of light taupe color there, that was week 1, where it goes into blue and brown. There's week 2. Week 3, I think, got me up to there, to the edge of the green. Sorry, there to there is week 3. Week 4 is the blue and the red, and then week 5 is this color, and then I'm going to put this darker brown on top. Almost done week 5. So there's 35 weeks in total. I think it's 157 rows-ish, and I've done like 15. No, 20. Yeah, I've done 20. So plugging along. This is for my husband. It's long. Oh, I've just did a picture. So yeah, going really well. So that is so far what I'm doing. I have a Taroko sweater that I have on the hook, but I am not adamantly working on it, or haven't been this week. So there's no real progress on that. It's something that I need to do during the day. I can't do it overnight. It gets a bit too dark, and because I'm learning the stitch, it's too slow. I feel like I get more motivation if I can just keep going. So if I can get a round done in the light during the day, that'll be really good. So I'm trying to get the add-along done as much as I can at night, which is when I get the most crochet time at the moment. So if I can get that done, because we are in autumn? April. Yeah, we're just in April. Just in autumn now. May, June, July. Anyway, don't quote me on that. Anyway, autumn to winter. So this will work out really well too. So I've got one other crocheted jumper, and I've got another one that I need to weave in ends, and then I can wear it this winter. So this will be my 3rd. So I'm super happy because I love all the garments, all the jumpers, all the sweaters. They're beautiful. With my Taroko, which is short sleeve, and then I found a 3/4 sleeve pattern that I really like, which if I'm running a bit short of progress and content next week when I do another video podcast episode, I may show you some designs that I found, because I want to share. But yeah, thank you for watching, coming back again, and I'll see you in, well, I'll try and do it in a shorter amount of time again. So in that weekish, we'll check in and just see how everyone's going and give you more content to watch whilst you're stuck at home as well. Thanks guys, bye.